I really love December because it's that time of the year where I reflect on my achievements, my goals, and the lessons of this year. And I also prepare my mindset for next year. And I was literally just journaling, and I thought, why not make a video about this so that next year I have something more visual to compare myself with, like how I was, how I am now, blah, blah, blah. Basically, just take advantage of this YouTube channel now that I have one. So yeah, this is gonna be more of a personal video, but I will talk a bit about languages and how I organized myself this year in order to study 3 languages. Study, learn, improve, whatever you want to call it. So let's start off with that. I would say the first 4 months of this year were fully dedicated to French. Well, besides university stuff and things like that. But language-wise, it was only French. I managed to successfully pass my B2 exam. And I guess it was thanks to me creating a very French environment. Like I was listening to so many podcasts in French, and I was just like watching so many shows and so many YouTubers. And I also approached people and spoke French with them. There was this Lebanese girl in my class. We never talked or anything, but I just always saw her as someone very nice and sweet. And this year I decided to go and talk to her and ask her if she would help me with my French. And we became very good friends, and she helped me a lot. Merci beaucoup, Oda. Vraiment, je t'apprécie beaucoup. And then I managed to also meet some other French people and speak with them. So that was a pretty cool experience, because I also got to a point where I could understand some references because I knew more of the cultural aspects of French culture and stuff. So after I passed my exam, I didn't really actively learn French, but I was just so immersed in the French culture and the French language that I kept learning even after the exam. And then as summer was approaching, around June, July, I decided to focus more on English. Because even though I passed my C2 certificate last year, I decided to write my thesis for university in English. And I realized I have so many blind spots or so many weak points that I didn't know I had. I wanted to work on the way I express myself and how I could sound more natural and just communicate better in English, basically. And that's also why I started this YouTube channel. I decided to write in English a lot. Like I developed this random linkage method technique that I talked about in another video. I was writing a lot, but I was handwriting. So yeah, I decided to take writing more seriously, and I'm now even posting what I write on Substack. So if you want to read that. And yeah, I was also exposing myself to more difficult stuff like abstract ideas, philosophy, and just a lot of great speakers. And then in September, I moved to Hungary to study Hungarian. And last month, I passed a B1 test. So I'm now officially going for that B2, hopefully in a couple of months. I don't know. And yeah, as of now, my main priority is obviously Hungarian, at least until the end of this program, which is going to be July. And with my English, I also met some Canadian people, Australian people, and I'm trying to work on sounding more natural. Like I've been told that I sound very academic to them, and I've realized I also lack a lot of slang and a lot of references that I don't know if I'm a boomer or whatever, but yeah, I'm also working on that. And yeah, I've realized languages is kind of a way for me to keep my brain fit. And let's talk about the way I keep my body fit. I didn't have a lot of fitness goals this year, but I definitely had some of them that I really wanted to achieve, and I did achieve. The first one was doing 5 pull-ups. I can finally do 5 pull-ups with a pretty decent technique, although the last pull-up always seems to be the hardest one. And on a good day, I also can do 6 to 7 chin-ups on a very good day. And then another thing that I wanted to do but I didn't manage to was doing 40 push-ups. I know it's kind of a crazy number, but I was just shooting high. And yeah, I didn't manage to do that. I can do the same amount of push-ups that I could do when this year started, which is 15. I can do 15 push-ups with a pretty good technique, either focusing on the chest or focusing on the triceps. And it's okay. At least I didn't lose my number. That's also something to be appreciated. And then one of my main passions is jumping rope. And when I say jumping rope, I don't refer to doing little stupid jumps. I actually refer to doing skills in engaging multiple parts of my body when I jump rope. I feel like it's a very complete workout because I basically do some skills that require strength, a lot of coordination, and a lot of stamina. Stamina. And I've been doing this ever since COVID. I discovered this passion during COVID. And it's true that over the past years, I haven't been going as hard with it as when I started, because in the beginning I was obsessed with it. It was the only thing that I did. I also managed to unlock some pretty cool skills. Then another thing is that I managed to introduce a flexibility routine in my workout sessions. Because I always hate stretching because of how painful and slow it is, I used to never do it. And now I actually managed to integrate that as part of my workout. And wow, I can really feel the difference. Like my body and muscles really appreciate that. Like my muscle recovery is just different. So yeah, that's another cool achievement. And another one of my failures is that I didn't really work a lot on the lower part of my body. And I know I don't want to be that person that just focuses on the upper part of their body. But now that I have calisthenics in my life, it's just so much fun. And it's been kind of hard for me to work on my lower part. This year, I didn't have any gym membership whatsoever. I feel, well, at the beginning of the year, I think, yeah, at the beginning of the year I did. Anyways, I was working out a lot at home. It's true that my calves and my quads got a bit bigger and a bit cleaner, so that's cool, but my glutes definitely shrank. So yeah, I definitely want more glute strength for the next year. And maybe my glutes shrank, but my brain got bigger. Just kidding, probably not. I really feel like I've grown a lot intellectually, and I don't mean this in a snobby way, like I'm smarter, which I feel like I'm smarter than last year, honestly, and that's a good thing. But not only academically, which also because I finally finished my bachelor's degree in international relations with very good grades. I managed to write my thesis in English, and it was pretty challenging and rewarding at the same time. And it kind of planted a seed in me to wanting to write more in English. That's why I'm doing the Substack thing now. And I also hit my book record, like my book reading record. I read like 20 books this year, and to you, maybe that might not sound so crazy, but to me, because all of the other stuff that I read that wasn't really tangible, or like you couldn't really put a number to it, which was like I read so many articles or like podcast transcripts or so much stuff also in Hungarian in order to try to improve my Hungarian, and in French too. So to me, it was pretty crazy to read for the first time 20 books in a year, and also read so much more than that in a non-tangible way, if that makes any sense. I guess it was because I quit social media for like 6 months. I wasn't using social media at all for 6 months, only WhatsApp and YouTube, of course, but I was using YouTube more mindfully. And I also learned how to quit books that I was just not interested in. Like, I will give you a chance, I will read 100 pages, but if I'm not feeling it, I'm just not feeling it. There are too many books to be read to just read boring books. But yeah, another reason why I feel like I've grown intellectually is because of how I interact with other humans. So I feel like because my degree was so based on political stuff, economical interest, and stuff like that, I appreciate that because it made me have a better outlook on the world and how things really work. But I feel like I've developed this political filter when I see people, and it's like, okay, if you have these characteristics or you say this and this, it means that you're red. And because I'm purple, I cannot stand red people, and so we cannot have a connection or stuff like that. You know, I feel like I was very judgy in that sense. But this year, I feel like I've been exposed to so many ideas, and like I was exposed to different people from different cultures, different backgrounds, and I definitely listened more than I spoke. Like, I was really interested to see where these ideas came from, and it has so much more to do with like their reality, the way they were raised, and just like the wiring of their brain rather than just hate. And I have to say that there is a lot of hate in the world in general, but yeah, I just kind of opened my mind, and I read about different religions. Like, I met, I don't know how they're called, like Krishna people. It's a religion, I guess, from India. I don't want to mess this up, but anyways, I was exposed to different religions. I learned more about Christianity. I talked to many Muslims and Israeli people also. Like, so yeah, I managed to see reality in a different way and humans in a different way, and just connect with people that I never thought I would connect on this level. It's like I would never think that I would have such friends from this political party, or I would never think that I could have a conversation about this without getting triggered, because now I understand that there are many things going on rather than just this being this and blah blah blah. I feel like quitting social media benefited me a lot in this sense, because you realize that the digital reality, it's just not a reality. It's just people getting angry all the time, and I was just tired of it. And I guess this mindset applied also to the way I interacted with my family, because, well, if you don't know already, I have a Romanian Hungarian heritage, and my family has certain Eastern values that I don't agree with fully. Like, there are some values that I really cherish, and I really love Romania. I love Hungary, and I love that I'm connecting with my Hungarianness and a part of me that I didn't know before. But there are just some things that I cannot stand about the mindset or the lifestyle certain people have in Eastern Europe, like especially when it comes to money or envy or just having more than your neighbor, and that greedy aspect of it, that you kind of feel the tension in the air whenever something related to money is on the table. So yeah, I really appreciate the fact that I was raised in Spain. There are just some things that I love more about Spanish culture. I also love my Eastern part. I want to make that clear. But, Uy, Didi, chiquita, bonita. I feel like there's also this pessimism all the time, or this negativity, and in Spain it's just like everything is fun. Like, you have a little coffee with someone and the sun is up and your day is already like the best day ever. And when I go back to my family, it's like I feel like so misunderstood or like out of place in a way. So yeah, I realized that there are certain things that trigger me in that environment, and I still love my family, so I just have to learn how to self-regulate and understand that because them being raised in a different environment, they're gonna have different opinions on different things. And I don't have to prove myself right. I don't have to prove myself in any way. I just want peace. And yeah, I prefer peace over being right. And also I realized that there are some personalities in my family that no matter how hard I try to prove that I am not what they think I am, they will still make it a point to misinterpret me. And that's okay. Either because of jealousy, their insecurities, or just something they're projecting on me, they will still tag me in certain things, and that's okay. I will now just let them do that and just focus on things that I can control, which is being peaceful and present and loving my family for who they are and how they are. And now I want to talk a bit about something that I've called ACTS of BRAVERY. And I just went through my year and thought about 5 ways that I felt that I was very brave. And the first thing that came to mind was doing a solo trip through Romania. So besides learning Hungarian, I really wanted to connect to my roots in a different way, because every time I'm asked something about Romania, I feel so dumb and so stupid. And it's like, because I didn't grow up there, I feel like I lack so much cultural information, like history, geography, and just yeah, I just lack that kind of Romanianness. And yeah, so I decided to do a solo trip. I backpacked through Sibiu, Brașov, Cluj-Napoca, and Bucharest. And it was amazing. It was like only 1 week, but it felt like it was something that I just needed. And I feel very proud of myself. I also managed to connect with a part of my family that I've never met. And it was so sweet of them to just welcome me so sweetly and so wholeheartedly. And yeah, I also met some cool people at different hostels. And I was alone a lot and reflecting a lot about myself, about my life, and I had very cool insights. And then another thing I did was drive alone a lot. What are you doing? Can you hear the purr? I got my driver's license some years ago, like 2 years ago. But because I was out of Spain all the time, I couldn't really drive. And it's not that I'm really scared of driving, it's just that it doesn't passionate me. Like, I don't really like it because I still have to be very focused. I cannot really listen to music, I cannot like enjoy myself. But I went to my uncle to visit in the north of Spain, and he literally gave me his car because he was working all the time, and he was like, go whatever you want to go. And I decided to go by myself from beach to beach and just live my best life. I went to the city center, which was chaotic and with a lot of traffic. I had to park in different parking spaces that I was feeling a lot of qualms about, but I did it and I feel very proud of myself. And the third act of bravery was starting a YouTube channel. It was a bit cringe at first to just like see myself talking about different stuff in different languages, but now I'm feeling more and more comfortable with it, and I'm starting to really like it. And I enjoy connecting with you guys. There are some comments that I really cherish and really, yeah, I just love interacting with you. And another act of bravery, and this may seem like it wasn't that much of a thing, but to me it really was, and that was hugging a girl that was crying in public. So because I never know how to act in these situations, because whenever I think of the times that I cried in public, I just wanted to be left alone. I didn't want anyone approaching me. I just wanted to get home and cry myself out. But I saw her and I just knew she just needed to be asked if she was okay. And I also saw her, and this was in Hungary, and I was like, I don't know why, but I know you're Spanish. Like, I have this radar where I just go out and I know they're Spanish without them opening their mouths, which doesn't happen that much. We Spanish people talk a lot and very loud. But anyways, I approached her and I talked to her in English just because I wasn't 100% sure. And I asked her, like, are you okay? And she was like, ¿qué? So then I asked her, like, ¿estás bien? And she just like, and we hugged, and she cried, and I like just hugged her. We had a little small talk. She was from Valencia, and I was just like, oh, she's so sweet. And then she told me, thank you so much for this. I really needed that hug. And then I told her that I needed the hug just as much as she needed it. And then when she left, I started crying a lot. When you're living abroad and someone comes visit, it's like they bring this sense and feeling of home with them. And then when they leave, you just feel empty and sad. So that's why I needed the hug. And I really feel like I've interacted a lot more with strangers, and that has significantly and positively impacted my life. Like, I feel like I'm way more happy in my day-to-day life, engaging in small talk with different people, complimenting people on different stuff. Like, it's okay, you don't have to be creepy, you don't have to be shy, we're humans, we have to interact with each other. I really kind of regained my faith in humanity in a way. And then my last act of bravery this year, I would say, was getting out of a situation that was doing my body and my mind no good. I feel like I've become way more confident in the way I can deal with pain. And that makes you grow significantly and makes you understand that there are certain things that your body needs and your mind needs. And then there are certain feelings that your body and your mind feel. And sometimes those two things do not correlate. You feel very strongly about it, but it does not make you any good. I feel brave for getting out of a situation that was just like, it wasn't that bad of a thing. It was just, I guess, different situations and just different needs and different timelines, I guess. But I feel really proud of just saying, hey, my needs are not being satisfied. I need this. And I'm at the point of my life where I want this. And even though I failed this, I'm not getting all of this. So I decided to get out of that. And I'm really proud of not staying in a situation just for attention or because it feels good. And I'm also proud of getting in a situation that I know it would end badly, as in we would separate and go to different countries, but still allow myself to experience certain things. And again, be confident in how well I can overcome pain because I've done it more times. And Yeah, I'm really proud of that. Anyway, Dini, are you okay? Te pasas, tía, te pasas. Any declarations? Any goals? Any achievements? Did you hit your sleeping record? Anyways, I also hope this inspired you in a way to look at your year from different perspectives and not only think about all the goals you told yourself you were going to achieve and you did not, but also think of the lessons that you can draw from this year. Think about your failures as the next step to make, like the next thing to work on rather than just failures. And yeah, hope this helped you somehow. Hope you can help someone, and I will see you in the next one. Didi, ¿me vas a romper la camiseta?